Everybody, Julie here from Mostly Caffeinated. It's been a couple of months since I did a favorites video. The end of the school year, March is just crazy, and the beginning of June, camp, also crazy. So I thought I would just kind of bundle it all together, and at the end of June, do kind of a summer favorites. Like, I'm halfway through summer, these are the things I've really been enjoying. As always, 5 categories, something style or clothing related, something beauty or toiletries related, a kid item, a housekeeping item, and then something random. So here we go. Clothing and style. You saw this in a recent thrift haul. I will link that over there. But it is this jumpsuit. It's originally Exhilaration. It was dead stock from Target. Mine's in a size extra large. I'd say it's a true to size situation. It is, I think it's rayon. It's soft. It's intentionally crinkly. It, of course, goes down into pants. It has these tassels in the front. First of all, I'm loving this because it's a jumpsuit, and this is so comfortable. I never had a jumpsuit before. I never could find one that fit me well. Not too blousing on top, not too tight on the bottom. I didn't want to look pregnant. I'm a pear shape, so it can be harder if something is poofy on the bottom to look flattering. But this is great. It's a thinner strap, not quite spaghetti, but a thinner strap. It is adjustable, so I can pull it up to the point at which nothing is showing on the sides or in the front, which is something that I really appreciate. But at the same time, there's not a lot going on the top. So if I'm wearing my baby or if I just want to get some sunshine, I can. It's pants, so no leg shaving required. Like, who wants to do that? Seriously. Seriously. I did have to hem it. I probably hemmed it a good 2 inches on the bottom. I do wear a tall pant, and I still had to hem this, but such is life. But anyway, I would wear this every single day if I could. There are pockets. Like, this is unbelievable. I can put a shirt over the top, and I just have, like, cool flowy pants. I just wear it as it is. I could put a cardigan over it. It is so comfortable. So that's my first favorite. Okay, next. Let's talk hygiene, toiletries, what have you. This is my deodorant. I'm about to show you that. Now, this is not new. Okay, I have been using Primal Pit Paste deodorant for, I want to say 2 or 2.5 years. This is my favorite because this is the only deodorant that's ever made it that long for me. I'm a product switcher. My shampoo stops working. My body wash stops working. My deodorant stops working. This is typical. But this has never stopped working for me, Primal Pit Paste. It comes in different scents. This happens to be Primal Spice, which actually does not work very well for me. But I found if I mix patchouli in with this, just patchouli essential oil, then it works just fine. The patchouli scent from Primal Pit Paste works just fine because it has patchouli essential oil in it already. But this stuff is like a solid. It's coconut oil based, so it's the consistency of solid coconut oil unless it gets too warm or until you start rubbing it in. And I thought when I first started using this 2 years ago that it'd be weird to rub deodorant on my armpits with my finger, but it's totally not. In fact, the concept of using a stick of something is strange to me at this point. But I'm loving this stuff. Even in my 95-degree camp days a couple weeks ago, this was keeping me odor-free. Kids. This is my most exciting thing. I am most excited to tell you guys about this. It doesn't look like much here, but this is my most recent baby wearing purchase. This is a woven wrap from Yarrow Slings. Okay. And this is, it's fantastic. It's a 60% cotton, 40% boré silk. I don't know how to speak French. But the kind of silk it is not shiny and it's not slippery. This is very nice and grippy, but super soft. And I wore my baby in this on my back, in case that matters to you, during camp. and it was literally 95 degrees, no air conditioning, and I was running and jumping and singing. I was leading the music this year, organizing, helping in the kitchen, all kinds of stuff. And we did not get sweaty. I mean, I was sweaty, but not where the baby was and not where the wrap was touching me. It wasn't because of the wrap. Mine happens to be in a size 6. That is my base size. If you'd like to know more about baby wearing, wrapping, whatever, please leave a comment and ask. I could certainly do a blog post or a video, and I know a lot of other good YouTubers that I could mention. But anyway, mine's a size 6. That's my base size. And I can do pretty much any wrap that I want to. I haven't yet come across a wrap or a finish that I can't do with this length with my 1.5-year-old, because he still wants to be carried. So there it is. He likes it. I like it. I did get it pre-loved from another mama on a buy-sell trade baby wearing group. I think they run well over $100 if you buy this new. I paid $85 from a buy-sell trade group, and there's no pulls or stains. So to me, that was worth it. And it came in this off-white color, which was the kind of colorway that I was looking for. So that is my fave. I wore it to walk through a park and over a big hill and be at a music in the park event. We listened to some bluegrass together, my baby on my back. He likes to be on my back. I like to carry him there. It's comfortable. It's like a heavy backpack. That's what it feels like. But there's no, pinching or particular strain or anything. Pardon me while I eat this cookie. Housekeeping, homemaking, whatever. Here's something that I thought I would never need. It's pinking shears. If you're not familiar with crafting, sewing, the term pinking shears, they are zigzag, essentially, scissors. It's a little bit like lawnmower. It's a little bit like those craft paper scissors that cut patterns on the edge of things, except, of course, these are for fabric. And the idea here is that when you cut something, when you pink it, when you cut it with pinking shears, it doesn't fray. I don't know how that works. There's some kind of geometry with the warp and the weft and cutting it at this zigzag. But my mom always had these and my grandma had these, and I thought they were silly. Why would I ever need to cut something in a zigzag? That's just ridiculous. And then I was making 14 biblical tunics for camp, like the week before, of course. And I realized that if I hemmed them all, and I hemmed up all the side seams and hemmed around the bottom and hemmed all the way around 4 edges of head pieces, there was no possible way I was going to be done by the time camp came. So I went to Walmart. I said, I'll just buy some pinking shears. These things were like $19 or something, or $12.99. They were an egregious amount of money for a pair of scissors. I have owned Fisker's fabric scissors before, and they weren't that expensive. But pinking shears, I guess, are specialty. I don't know, maybe it's because I was at Walmart, but these are really expensive. And I kind of hemmed and hawed a little, and I just bought them. Let me tell you, in one night with pinking shears, because I didn't have to do all that hemming, I got all 14 of those biblical costumes done. They wore them all week at camp. These people aren't careful. Campers wore them sometimes. Counselors wore them, but it's not like they made them, so they didn't have a particular interest in keeping them nice. No fraying on any edges whatsoever. So it turned out that these were a great investment. I'm not sure what I'm ever going to use them for again. Maybe more costume design stuff. The zigzag is such that it doesn't really show along the hem of the fabric. It's small enough. But Fisker's is my go-to blade brand, if you will. I've got a Fisker's rotary cutter, and it's fantastic. And this Fisker's and my sewing scissors is a Fisker's, my fabric scissors. I have a little clip style, the little, kind of rectangular one where it just goes clip, 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 clip. It's not shaped like this. Because mostly I just use it for clipping threads. Because I have a rotary cutter. So that's the one that I have. But they're all super sharp. They cut smoothly. They don't give my hand a cramp. They're reliable. So there it is. And lastly, something random. And this isn't at all random because it's summer favorites. This is Sunscreen. But I already had a beauty favorite and I already had a kid favorite. So This is my kid's sunscreen. This certainly works on adults. It's not actually children specific. I got it at Target, but I believe it is available a few other places, and it is available on Amazon. I'll link it below if I remember. But it's this Bare Republic Natural Mineral Sunscreen. It's got an SPF of 50, which is great. It's the mineral-based, the zinc stuff, zinc oxide. So it is safe for children. That's actually what's in children's sunscreen versus adult sunscreen is it's zinc-based, not chemical-based. And this particular brand says the package is recyclable friendly. It's TSA approved because it's not a liquid. You'll see in a second. It is cruelty free. And there's some other certification on here. I don't know if it's I can't read this other certification symbol. It's an arm holding up a plant. I don't know what that one means, eco-friendly or something. But this is a stick sunscreen. So it looks like a little tiny deodorant. You roll it up and you rub it on in this stick form. It's about the consistency of deodorant. And then you do have to do a little bit of rubbing around with your hand. Otherwise, you'll have stripes. It doesn't really make you white unless you lay it on really thick. So I love that it's natural, cruelty-free, safe for my kiddos, easy to use, and it smells delicious. It's hard to pinpoint quite what it is. It's almost like a little vanilla and a little like sandalwood or something. Oh, it's wonderful. It smells great. My kids stink like this all summer because it's, their sunscreen. But oh my goodness, I would smell this all day long. This is great. And again, it's been tried at camp now on 95-degree blaring sun days where my kids were outside playing in water, which is reflective. That's when you get the worst sunburn. No sunburn. And I apply, a couple times a day, but I'm not an obsessive, like once every hour applier. It's like I'd put it on in the morning and I'd put it on at lunch. No sunburn. It's great. My kids can even put it on themselves because it's not poisonous. It's not chemical. And it's not goopy. So they take the stick part and they kind of draw lines on themselves. And then I go through with my hands and rub it on. But Bare Republic, do it. This was not cheap. Okay, this was like $8 a stick. But I've used this stick for 2 summers and it's not gone yet. And I have 2 children. Worth it. You end up throwing out the liquid stuff because it goes bad anyway. So highly recommend. That's all my favorites. My jumpsuit, my Primal Pit Paste, my Yarrow Slings Wrap, my Fisker's Pinking Shears, my Bare Republic Sunscreen. There you go. There's my summer favorites. Maybe at the end of summer, towards the beginning of the school year, I will do another thing. I don't know if it will be the rest of summer's favorites or if it'll be back to school favorites. We shall see. I'm thinking of doing a teeny tiny little life update and uploading that separately right after this one or right before this one. So that will tell you why I'm not quite sure what's going on for the rest of my summer. Check that out if you'd like to. As always, links to my blog below and any products that I talked about that I remembered to link. Click like, click subscribe. Think about clicking the bell if you want notifications. It's lovely to have you around. Leave a comment if there's anything you'd like to know more about or anything you'd like to see on my channel. Bye.